Okay, so let's get right into it. Have you ever wondered why some people just seem stuck? Repeating the same self-defeating patterns over and over again, even when it's clearly not working for them? Well, today we're going to unpack that very question, all through the incredible lens of psychoanalyst Karen Horney.
So this is really the central mystery, right? What is the difference between someone who can roll with the punches and adapt and someone who's just running the same script on repeat? Horney believed the answer goes way, way back, all the way to our earliest experiences.
And it all starts with this one powerful concept she called basic anxiety. Just imagine for a second, you're a small child and you feel totally isolated, totally helpless in a world that seems kind of big and scary. According to Horney, that deep, unsettling feeling is the seed from which all these neurotic behaviors eventually grow. It's the core problem our minds are just desperately trying to solve.
Now check out how this whole thing unfolds. It's like a chain reaction. It all kicks off with what Horney called basic hostility. A kid feels rejected or neglected by their parents. But hey, you're a kid. You can't just lash out, so you repress that hostility. You push it down. And that's when it transforms into that basic anxiety. To cope, we build up defenses. And this is the crucial part. Look at the bottom, where the path splits. We can go one way, toward normal, flexible defenses, or we can go the other and get trapped in that compulsive, neurotic, vicious cycle.
So, what do these coping mechanisms actually look like? Well, Horney pinpointed 10 very specific compulsive drives. She called them neurotic needs. And let's be clear, these are not your everyday wants. These are intense, desperate strategies designed to keep that basic anxiety from overwhelming us.
All right, here are the first 5, and you'll probably spot a theme right away. It's all about dependence and control. You've got the need to please literally everyone, the need to find a powerful partner who will take care of everything, or, on the flip side, the drive to gain power over others.
And the other 5? They're more about ambition and, well, avoidance. You see that relentless drive for prestige, for personal admiration, for achievement, but also this intense need to be totally self-sufficient. And a big one, the need to be perfect, absolutely untouchable. Why? So that no one can ever find a flaw or criticize you.
Okay, 10 needs. That's kind of a lot to keep track of, right? Well, as Horney continued her work, she had this amazing insight. She realized these 10 needs weren't just a random list. They actually clustered together into a much simpler and, frankly, more powerful model. You can really see her thought process right here. It's so cool. She started by observing those 10 specific behaviors. Then, she kind of zoomed out and saw the underlying patterns, these fundamental directions of movement. And finally, she boiled it all down into just 3 core attitudes. And this is where her theory becomes a total game changer. First up is the strategy of moving toward people. This is the compliant type. Their fundamental approach to life is to win affection, to get approval, to attach to a strong partner. Their unspoken motto is basically, if you love me, you won't hurt me. Now, on the surface, they seem incredibly loving and unselfish, but underneath, it's a desperate play to protect themselves from feeling completely helpless.
Then you have the complete opposite, moving against people. This is the aggressive personality. Their core belief? That the world is a jungle and everyone is hostile. So their strategy is to be tougher, stronger, and to dominate. Their motto is more like, if I have power, no one can hurt me. This is where you see those needs for power, control, and recognition really come to the forefront. It's all about winning.
And the third strategy? Moving away from people. This is the detached personality. If the first type says, love me, and the second says, fear me, this third type says, just leave me alone. Their solution to anxiety is to withdraw, to build an emotional fortress around themselves and value independence above all else. Their motto is basically, if I withdraw, nothing can hurt me. Their greatest fear is needing anyone at all.
This table just pulls it all together so perfectly. You can see the 3 trends side by side, where they come from, and which needs drive them. But, and this is super important, look at that last row, the normal analog. Because being friendly and loving, that's great. Being a survivor in a competitive world, necessary sometimes. Being autonomous and serene, also great. The problem isn't the strategy itself, and that brings us to the million-dollar question. This is probably the most important takeaway of this whole explainer. If these strategies aren't inherently bad, what's the actual difference? What separates a healthy person from someone who's trapped in a neurotic pattern? It all boils down to 2 things, awareness and flexibility. Think of it like a toolbox. A healthy person has all 3 of these strategies in their toolbox. They can move toward, against, or away from people depending on what the situation calls for. They get to choose the right tool for the job, but the neurotic person, they're stuck with just one tool. Let's say it's a hammer, and they use that hammer for everything. They aren't choosing, they are forced by compulsion, and they are rigidly stuck in that single trend, which, as you can imagine, creates all sorts of conflict in their life.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's not about having defenses, we all do. It's about being able to use a variety of them. The neurotic person is trapped, compulsively repeating the same old strategy even when it's clearly not working. That word right there, compulsion, that's the whole key. It's not a choice.
So as we finish up, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Now that you have this framework, moving toward, against, or away from people, which of these core strategies do you notice the most? Out in the world? In the people around you? Maybe even in yourself? It's a really powerful lens for understanding why we all do the things we do.